Hello and welcome to the new Power BI tutorial video. And in this video, I want to show you why the Power BI YoY quick measure calculation. So YoY is year over year change. So YoY calculation is producing the wrong output. So I want to show you a scenario in which it can show or give you the incorrect output. And you need to be aware of that if you are creating this YoY calculation. Again, very common requirement of creating YoY quarter over quarter or even week over week up to a certain extent to understand how much change happened from last year to current year, last quarter to current quarter, so on and so forth. So with that, just a quick information that this sheet, the Google spreadsheet, is a live sheet which you can find it in the description. The link you can find it in the description, and that you can use it as a bookmark because I will be I'm posting all of my previous video. As you can see right now on my 137, so I'm posting all of my videos there in this sheet, and all the future videos will also be present because this is a live sheet. So whenever you will open it, you will have the most current videos or most up to date list of the videos that I am publishing. So you can keep it as a bookmark in your Power BI learning library and use it whenever you need it. Or if you want to create your own version of your own way of doing the Power BI learning, you can create it from here as well. And the link is present in the column B so that you can easily access it by searching any video or by creating your own playlist. Okay, with that, let's move on to Power BI. So within the Power BI, what I need is, first of all, since I was experimenting it, so let me just remove this calculation for now. So what I need is basically sales. So the first thing first is how you can calculate it using a quick measure. So this is the product subcategory and this is the sales. As you can see, I've just dropped it here. And if I go here, you will find the new quick measure. Within the new quick measure, you go down, then you will see the year over year change, right? Now the thing is, they are simply saying year over year change. They are not specifying, or there should be some sort of a help which basically indicates a scenario in which you should use it, because when I looked at in one scenario, I found it wrong. So if I click on year over year, this is the sum of sales, this is the date, and over here I need basically the order date, right? This is what you are going to specify, and you will say the number of period is 1, right? So if you click OK, so these are all the default settings that you would usually do. And here is your YoY calculation. So it is not showing because it's in a percentage. So I need to remove the sales. And you will see, if I just click here to get some space, that copiers have increased like 72%, 66%, 55%. So you would expect that it is calculating the latest year. In this case, or in this data set, the latest year is 2020 and comparing it with the last year, right? So for example, in case of copier, it is 72.6% that has increased. So here in page 6, I have created this calculation already in one of my previous videos where, what was the first category? Copiers. So let's see the copiers. So we are in 2020, as you can see, I'm here at the highest or the latest year. So in case of copiers, what you have is 62,899. So if I do my audit or my verification of calculation, so if I go to spreadsheet, so I will say 62899, right? That is 62899. Yes, this is for 2020, correct? And for 2019, I'll take a value. So if I go here and also keep this to 2019, the copier is 49,599. 49,599, right? So as per Power BI, it should produce 76%. So if I go here and show you again, in case of copier, it is 72%, 72.6%. So that's what it should produce, right? So if I do the calculation, so here is this calculation. So you have this divided by this minus 1. That's basically your calculation for year over year change. What it is doing is basically 62,000 minus this. When we are saying -1, it's basically taking this from the denominator and taking a base as is this and giving us the change. So what it is giving us, it's that it's only changed 26%, right? It has not changed what it is claiming here as 72%, right? So what has really happened? And even if you would expect something which is changing around 76%, so if I take this and multiply with, let's say, 0.7, 70%, this is what the value of 0.70% is, and the output will be this plus this. So close to 84,000 is what it is coming when 70% increase is happening in 2019 value. So actually it is changing 26.8%, but Power BI is giving 72.6%. So what exactly is happening? So if you see the calculation, because that's what I was reviewing when I was validating it, is that you have these is filtered order date. What it is doing is a previous year calculation, if you will see, and it is based on date add formula -1. So going to the previous year, that means 2019. But for current year, they are not doing anything. They are taking simply a sum of order sales. Keeping in mind, so basically what Power BI is assuming in this case is that you only have 2 years worth of data, current year and previous year. So order sales is basically what your current year, and they are subtracting the previous year. So that means that you will only be left with the most current year information. And then using the divide function, they are dividing the current year with the previous year. But that's not what it is. So if you only have 2 years worth of data, the current year and previous year, then only use this calculation. Otherwise, it will give you the wrong output, because in this case, order sales is basically having previous 3 or 4 years worth of information. So what it is doing, a comparison with the last 3 or 4 years, subtracting it the previous year and then dividing it with the previous year. That means 3 years divided by the last year information. That's why the values are wrong. So that's an explanation behind it as to what's going on. And I wanted to show you not just the calculation, but a scenario in which you should use this calculation. Otherwise, you will going to get the wrong output. Your report will be wrong and user will be confused at why this is happening, right? So that's mainly I wanted to show you as to about how you can not only just quickly create it but validate the results. Always validate the results in scenarios like this, like where you are doing, let's say, year to date, year over year change, or any complex calculation with taking some sort of a sample out of it in the spreadsheet and just do the repetition of same calculation. So that's about it, and I'll meet you in the next video with a new topic.